I'm going to introduce myself for anyone that has not seen this before and is watching on the replay. So, this is going to be about the Area Scouts Apex partnership, but I'm going to introduce a portion of this that's never been introduced that correlates directly to our health initiative mission to help youth athletes cut down on the 33 million injuries that we're facing every single year. And introduction of myself. My name is Lance Baldwin, 20 years as a father, 25 years in the sports industry. I've raised over 25 million in capital venture funds, over 10 business builds and exits. Baseball and hockey were my sport. I was not good enough to excel at those, but I sure as heck tried. I am a youth coach sports of all sports. I've been coaching all sports since my kids came of age. You can see my kids, actually not all up here on the screen, but I have a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, and the 15-year-old is my only girl. And I have a 5-year-old, and I have a getting ready to be 9-month-old. So I have 2 decades of kids. Yes, that also I should put on here 20 years of being crazy, because I would definitely qualify for that. Youth organization, team operations. So I work with multiple organizations at the youth level. I've worked at the semi-pro level, currently also a high school coach. So with all of that, I think I probably resonated with all of you just a little bit in one of those capacities. And now I'm going to introduce what is going to be a tool that we're going to use in the industry for helping youth sports save injuries. And bear with me, it's about 5 or 6 slides. I'm going to explain exactly how this works, and you're going to see what this is going to do. And it's actually going to give you an example of why AI, I know a lot of us want to turn our heads to it, and I'm one of those people that if I don't want to get on board, I'm not a follower at all. And when I see something that everybody's just following just to follow, I'm going the other way. That's just my stubbornness, if you will. In this case, I will tell you with what I've seen. So we hired 3 of the top AI developers in the country. One of them, literally worldwide, is in the top 10 of AI engineers. We wanted to bring at least one of the very best and then 2 top tier AI developers, engineers into this program. Because if you are not touched by AI, if it does not play any role in your lives, you will, unless you're already set financially, you will be behind. There is no, that's not a question. It is a guarantee. This is moving so fast. I'm going to give you an idea of how fast this moves. Just as an example. I told a couple of people this the other day. And so 6 months ago, my lead engineer, my lead developer, came to me, said, Lance, we need to upgrade the version of the software that Area Scouts is written in. Okay, so they come up with new versions, just like the iPhone comes out, every year or every 6 months. Same thing happens on the software development side. Okay, so 6 months ago, he said to me, we really need to be building this on version 6. We're on version 5. And I said, well, okay. I said, well, how long is that going to take? He said, well, version 6 is so different because it does add an AI component to it that it's going to take us about 3 years. Guys, we have 13 developers. So that means 3 years, 13 developers full time. That was 6 months ago. Okay. Three years, 13 developers full time to rebuild. 3 months ago, and I said, I said, right now we're involved in a bunch of different things. I'm not going to pull the trigger yet. 3 months ago, I asked him the same exact question. He says, Lance, it's going to be about a year. From 6 months to 3 months, it went from 3 years to a year to rebuild. Basically, you're recoding everything, all the same features, everything, but it has to be, the language changes a little bit, the way it functions changes. So you have to rebuild it from scratch. It's kind of crazy, but you do that on a separate server while the other one's going, essentially. So I asked him again last week. Okay, this is 6 months, 3 months last week. Last week I asked him, Jason, how long is it going to take us if I'm ready to pull the trigger right now? He said, Lance, it's going to take about 30 days and it only needs 3 of us. 30 days, it's only going to take 3 of us. 6 months ago, it was 3 years and going to take 13 of the developers to do it. That is how fast AI is moving. So if you don't think that AI is going to run everything, control everything, it is going to create more billionaires than the history of the US. Like, it is all of the money, all of the finances are going that way in any industry. Obviously, it's different in every industry, but it's going that way. So if you're not in it, and big companies are going to be done if they're not in it. So if you're with that big company, they're going down too. So it's really who has the best of the best. So I knew, over a year ago, I committed to getting top tier AI developers, and I got 3 of the top in the world. So this platform and the developers and designers behind it are light years ahead of anyone else in the sports industry. I'm going to preface with that, and that if that doesn't give you a little scale of how fast this is all moving. So we're implementing daily now. So this whole entire platform, you're going to see changes for all of you that are already on board. You're going to see this thing benefit athletes like you've never seen in your life. And from a coaching standpoint, it's going to benefit coaches. I don't care if you know everything. Again, we meet those coaches. Oh, I know everything. And it's just, there's so many things that this can do from a speed. Speed is everything. If you're ahead of everyone speed wise, you're gonna trample the competition. And these developers have been on board. So they all came on different times, but let's just say in the last 90 days. I'll kind of tell you how our back end works. So what I do is when you all as evaluators come to me or ask me a question, even you guys on these presentations, you'll hit me with a question and I'll answer it. And then, you hear me, I go on for about 3 hours. I'm not going to do that tonight. But then I lay in bed and I think about them. And it's a blessing and a curse. I don't know if I would choose to have it again or not, but my mind does not stop. It just doesn't. I wish I could turn it off. It won't stop. Sometimes I'll just go right through the night. If I'm deep in thought or working on things, I can't sleep. So I'll just right through the night and I can't shut it off. So Area Scouts wouldn't be here if I didn't have that. So I can't tell you the countless sleepless nights I had building this. I take those questions that you have and the things that we are challenged with every day, and I go to the development team. I say, what can we do to fix it? Because at the end of the day, that is how the world turns. The individuals that can fix problems are the winners, period. I don't care what industry. If you can fix people's problems, you win. There's no other variables. That's it. And obviously be a good human. So be a good human and fix people's problems. So I got all these questions. So I brought on another operations team member, director. As you all saw, we had a position open. We hired someone for that position. And the first thing we did was we got together and put together all these questions and what coaches struggle with and athletes and parents. And we came up with one that was being asked the most. And I didn't even realize it being on this call, but it was coming in through text messages, emails, everything. And that is, sponsorships. Like, what is the biggest advantage we have with Area Scouts is, as a coach, when we assign you athletes, they're coming in through the high schools, right? Especially through Apex. Not every high school is going to do that. Not every high school is going to participate, and some high schools might just participate in some sports. So it is our job to make sure when we bring you on, as soon as you submit a postal code and say, hey, this is where I'm going, we immediately jump on that postal code, or I should say Apex jumps on it, to get the high schools in the program if they're not already in there. The only safety net we have outside of the high school programs are businesses and sponsorships. All my kids are sponsored. But I'm not saying this in an arrogant way. I'm a little different. I can walk into any business and with a smile on my face and shake the owner's hand, and he's sponsoring a kid. I just got the gift of gab. I enjoy being around people. I'm transparent. I say it like it is, and I'm just that's always been that way for me. It's been natural, and I sometimes expect that of everyone, and it's not possible. So the only way to get sponsorships would be, in my mind, was to give something to sponsorships that solve a problem. As I said, that's the only way you're gonna get them. So if I can help coaches get kids through sponsorships, it's going to take me and us on the development side to make sure that the sponsorships have something from you that nobody else can give them, irreplaceable, that will force them to sponsor your athletes. And I say that in a good way. We're not going to hold them at gunpoint or anything like that. So these three developers, when I show you what they just put together, this is, again, just a taste of what the platform is going to be like when they start implementing all these different things. But this is probably, in between everything else they've been doing, maybe 30 days worth of work that you see here. And this is probably something that 3 years ago would have taken about 4 or 5 years to develop. So this is alert reply. And I told you that I'm going to give you two perspectives on this. So if you want to, my goal here is not to sell you anything. It's to sell you. I guess I do want to sell you on something. I want to sell you, if you are a coach and you are passionate about helping kids, there is not a better program than this. I can assure you of it. You won't find it anywhere. So if you are passionate about helping kids, we really want you on board. That's what I'm telling you is my wish to have you on board. And if you do have experience and you want to come on board, would love to have you on here. So what this does is this. First, I'm going to give you from a sports coach perspective, which most of you are, but I know some of you are like, oh, I don't know if I want to go back to coaching. So I'm going to give you all something too. So what this does, this goes to our team. It has 28 AI generation platforms out there working behind this, which is, it's about $5,000 a month to be tied into those AI generators. This is costing us right now, right this second, 8:15 p.m. on November 28th, $5,000 a month just to be connected. Okay, so again, doesn't cost you anything. This goes out and finds anything we want it to find. It goes by keywords, so it will literally scour everything. So if somebody on the internet posts, and again, use your imagination now, if you're let's just say you are actually, let's put it in the chat. If everyone could throw in the chat what you do for a living. I know you're a coach, but a lot of us do other things. You could throw it in the chat. Actually, I have that one. A plumber. Okay, I don't have a plumber, but I have electrician. Same thing. I mean, it's not same thing, but you know what I mean. It's a trade. Okay, so plumber. Jacob, plumber. Okay, I'm just going to do this one, okay? So, again, a parent or a kid or a coach or anyone types in looking for a coach. We know when that's typed in exactly where it's coming from. And when I say where it's coming from, and I mean immediately, and our team will get a notification where that is, who's asking it, and how we can respond to them immediately. Twitter, Facebook, the internet, Google, you name it. We know when someone is typing looking for a coach. Obviously, that's happening millions of times. But what this program does is it takes that, it's tied into our platform, so it's going to feed it by geographical location. So if you can imagine a basketball coach, I'm going to use what's up there on the screen, looking for a basketball coach for my 12-year-old. But so let's just say they're in zip code, postal code 33066. The coach that is the closest to 33066, that is basketball, is going to get an alert from our team of this person. And as long as it's coming in through, and I'll show you the list of the avenues, if you will. As long as it's coming in through one of those avenues, it's all the main ones like Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. That coach will be able to DM or email or SMS that person that is looking for a basketball coach. That's how powerful this is. This is going to go even further. This is actually a great example. I do a equipment drive for my local organization, so baseball and softball. So I have to literally go on all the social media platforms and I have to post, I'm doing a drive looking for baseball helmets, softball helmets for the upcoming season, blah, blah, blah. Now I can search softball helmets, baseball helmets. And as people post them, Craigslist, I don't know if Craigslist is still a thing, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, there are groups called baseball equipment, softball equipment. It will find those keywords in those locations. So I could literally have a list of where all of that stuff is and be able to, again, have a way to make that contact, or vice versa. We can have a link that goes directly into that feed. So say it's a Facebook post, there will be a post made that drives them to a DM that then drives them to your website or wherever you're, collecting names and numbers for that drive to get that equipment, you name it. Again, that's how powerful this is. Auto posting on social media. Anything you do for social media, whether it be, again, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, it will auto post a series of social media. So I don't know if you've noticed when people have asked me if we're going to control their social media, I've kind of hesitated because I knew this was waiting in the wings here. That's all going to be automated. And not only that, which I thought was one of the coolest, because we all can create, like if we all sit down, we can create one really cool, like social media post. You have to get pretty creative to do what some of the other people do, like 5 posts a day and stuff. That takes a lot to sit there and think of what you're going to write. So it'll take your words of what you wrote in that post, and it will post the same concept or the same idea or the same story that you posted, but it'll rewrite it in AI the same way you wrote it, but just a little bit different. So when people read it, it's the same exact concept and information that you gave it, but it rewrites it so it's a little more, different, a little more interesting reading it 5 different ways instead of the same exact post. And from the naked eye, people can see if you keep posting the same thing over and over. This eliminates that because it just looks different. If you sat there and read it, you could probably figure out it's the same concept, same story, but ultimately one post turns into 5. So again, just multiplying. There's a saying that someone, I can't think of the guy that says it out there. He's a marketing guy, but he says, to be successful in anything, get your name out there, get your brand, have kids want to work with you as a coach. Repeat work so many times, like do the work so many times over that it's unreasonable that you aren't insanely successful. And this was kind of built on that mindset where you can do one thing, and this is like the Gremlins, where you put the water on the Gremlins and there's a million Gremlins running around. That's what this is. It's all real content. It takes it and it spreads it. And same with, anything that you do as far as keywords in any kind of post or blog, it will set up different stories with those keywords in it. So if you're talking about one particular story, it'll take that story and, again, multiply it. So keyword monitoring, as I mentioned, so let's use this one I'm going somewhere with this, so wait for it. It has plumber right here. I didn't even plan that. I forget his name, who said he was a plumber. Sorry. So if someone puts need plumber, okay, and now you're probably thinking, what's this guy talking about a plumber? We're talking about developing athletes. Just stay with me for a second here, okay? I have a reason for this. Someone types need a plumber. If there is a plumber in a postal code, every time someone types in need a plumber, that he or she, if she's a plumber, gets a notification that this person needs a plumber. The only person getting those is one person. What kind of edge is that? And that's like monopoly type edge especially to a tradesman. So again, stay with me. Facebook groups, Craigslist, Nextdoor, Facebook Marketplace. If there's anything you need Just say you were looking for a type of bat. Okay, for your kid, your own kid, or one of your teammates needs a bat. You can literally put the name, type, the size, whatever it is, bat, and if anyone near you is saying, "Hey, I got a bat. If anyone wants it," I mean, you've seen how many groups out there that people just give away stuff because they don't need it. But you can't sit there and look for this stuff. It's impossible. Like obviously, we all got to work. This will literally alert us based on that keyword. Now you have to obviously generate the keywords. Like you're not. It's not going to just know what you're looking for or know what you want or anything like that. And that's where our team comes in. And again, stay with me. Same on comments. If someone posts on a comment, hey, I need hitting instruction. Well, let's go to football because I keep talking baseball. Hey, my son's, really needs someone to help him with his tackling. If someone puts that in there and you put that keyword needs help with tackling, and all it has to do is be close, doesn't have to be exact, a response will go to that place, whether it be again, Facebook group, whatever it is. It'll send them to say a DM. And then from the DM, the direct message for anyone that doesn't know that, in Facebook, it'll give them a link to sign up. And that link will be inside your Area Scouts platform. So when you talk about just alone the high schools of Apex bringing you athletes, word of mouth, when you see the look on parents' face when you talk to them for the first time and you say things to them that they've never heard before, like they realize like, oh my God, this person actually cares if my kid's healthy because he's got numbers attached to it. Right there, referrals go up. You got the high schools with Apex. You have this, which actually can promote whatever you're doing. I don't care if it's golf lessons. I don't care what you do. You could be a great electrician, and if that's promoting you being an electrician and that helps you get on the field earlier that day so you can help our kids, that's one correlation. But that's not where I'm going with this. I'm going to go to as far as any kind of communication channels. So all of this can be delivered through SMS, email, Discord, webhooks, as they call them, which just connects everything to that as a communication, or Slack. Any kind of communication can be connected to this so that you get that notification from our team through there. Same thing with all the different platforms. It's all the, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, Reddit. I mean, this literally will have you saturated in the market as far as whatever you're doing. I don't care whatever it is that you're promoting or you're a coach of, whatever it may be. And videos is the last thing. Videos are what everybody wants to consume. Everyone's the attention span of everyone has been lost. It's gone. I don't think it's ever coming back. Short form video. This also will take a video and translate it to all platforms. So create one video and it goes to all the video platforms. So again, whether you're doing I always advise coaches, if you're a hitting instructor, do a couple of hitting videos, even if you're not a video guy. Just having, 10 or 12 hitting videos out there that people stumble on and watch and can contact you through them, again, is another easy way to get athletes. These are basically, if anyone wants these, I will send them to them. I'm not going to go through and read them, but I essentially built like a little business plan for each type of person, and I didn't do it for all of you. I did it for you to look at for the next slide that I'm going to show you. So obviously sports coach benefits from this type of app. An electrician, again, what does this have to do with sports? It's coming. Accountant, what does that have to do with sports? Ecom, what does that have to do with sports? Teacher, well, most of us are teachers. I'm not. That are coaches, a lot of them. But again, what does teaching have to do with sports? Skill set coach does have something to do with sports. So again, it does correlate directly to nutritionist. It does correlate in our case. Speed wins. That is what this right here is going to give every one of our coaches the edge that can't be matched. But more importantly, now I ask all of you, are you going to ever ask me again, How many sponsors do you think I'm going to get to sponsor my athletes? How many do you think you're going to get when you're the only one? And they will be the only one in their profession to have access to this software. The only accountant in a whatever radius we decide that can reach this reach. The only plumber that can reach this reach. The only electrician, the only barber, the only dentist that gets this kind of reach out there in the world through AI. And it's now. Right now, these businesses that can sponsor your kids, I will give them this for free. I will cover all of the costs on my side to do it, to get those sponsors into the programs. That's how much I care about growing this. And that's how much these sponsors are going to want to sponsor your kids. Because if they don't, we're going to the next dentist. We're going to the next realtor in town or the next electrician. And you tell that last electrician that he said no, that we're going to the next one. He's going to tackle you before you walk out the door. Because once someone sees what this does, I mean, it is going to give them a monopoly on their area. Now, the one stipulation is, just like we're trying to find good coaches, you really need to make sure whoever we bless with this software as a sponsor for your athletes, that we make sure that they're good. What did Clark Kent's dad say? With great power comes great responsibility. That's the same thing we're going to get to be Clark Kent's dad to these businesses. Say, with great power comes great responsibility. You cannot put this in the hands of someone that's going to be incompetent. Obviously, we could take it away at any time, but this will generate more than enough money for those businesses to sponsor plenty of kids. And to me, this has just circumvented the entire platform. It is not if we're going to have 10 million, 20 million kids on this platform. It's going to be how fast can we get all of you onboarded to do it? And ultimately, you guys are getting paid for it. We don't make a dime off of your assessments. You get paid $79 just for the initial assessment, all to you. We take zero. So like I said, I'm not selling you anything. If you want to join us, great. We would love to have you if you actually genuinely care about kids. Again, sky's the limit. I didn't sleep last night after I got my couple of my developers are not on my time zone. And when they showed me this last night, that was it. I knew I was done. I wasn't going to sleep. There's nothing else like this out there. And that's why I said this is going to change your life. I don't care what you do. There's nothing that's going to touch this. And like I said, whoever has their hands on it is going to be under the radar when they do it, but all of a sudden they're going to be people are going to be asking them, how the heck is your name everywhere? And it's going to be because of this. So that's what I wanted to show everyone tonight. And and I wanted to just say this for you. So this is my little message to you again, because I'm not selling anything here, but this has been kind of my I've noticed this happening at my age. And if you're younger, you don't have to worry about it right now, but you will eventually have to worry about it. So most of us are passionate, but like they say, passion doesn't pay the bills. This life and this inflation economy is coming right at us head on. Your kids are asking for cars and tuition, and if they're not, get ready for it. Because I can promise you, in Starbucks, I put that in there, and everything else. Your parents are going to need you, as mine's getting ready to now. God forbid something happens with a family member and you got to hop on a plane and be there with them, and you want to just hang out with your daughter for a week because she's going through a tough time in life 10 years from now. You want to be able to do that. This right here is not going to give you a financial windfall overnight. I want to put a big asterisk on this. So this is not me leading up to telling you, oh, and this is going to make all your financial dreams come true. No. Today, no. Like, obviously, we just got the Apex partnership. This is going to take us a good 5 years to scale to the numbers it's going to scale. But I will tell you this, just like some of these other large companies out there that have got a jump start on everyone else, and the people involved took the ride with them. This is your chance with no obligation, with no risk to take the ride. Like I said, if there is no risk, so there's not like, oh, if this happens, this is going to happen. It's either everything that I truly believe is going to happen, and you're going to be part of something pretty insane when this all takes off, especially with these developers. This is not the first application that these guys are going to design for me. There's going to be a lot to follow that might even not be totally all related to sports like this one. This one was related to business and sports. There might be some things that these guys say, hey, I can build this, or we got our hands on this. And, it could be something that literally is something that just helps us all financially. I'm going to share it with this whole entire community. Every advantage that I get in the AI world through these three people that I'm paying on a daily basis now, I'm going to share with this community. And again, if you're looking for something that is going to make life easier down the road, this is it. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say this is like hitting the lottery or anything, at least not now. But I do believe that this is going to be something that you can take some of these pieces, whatever your passion is, and put these pieces together, or just follow our blueprint. And, this is a like residual income product that helps all these kids, and it's all done in group sessions. So it's not like they're paying monthly is $99 a month is our lowest package. And if we're getting all these sponsors on board and they're paying that, now you're not even charging the kids and parents. And it's coming from businesses that we and you, through the software, are making a lot of sense financially. Like that, they don't have no problem financially sponsoring 10 kids a month for $1,000 when you're making them $2,000 a month because of this. So it all goes together. It all ties together. And like I said, it's just, this is the time that I don't think I've been ahead of some things in my life. I've never been ahead of something as massive as AI. And I made sure I positioned myself to do that when I brought these three people on. I took a big risk in doing it, but it's opening all kinds of doors for me, even from a financial standpoint of, I got venture capital partners that know these guys, and they want a piece of this. And all it's going to take, again, is a couple more open doors, and this thing's going to be mainstream. And whoever's on now is who's coming with us. So it is an application process, 2 years experience. You do have to do a background check, and that is the requirement to join. Have a great weekend. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and this is going to be insane time coming up right here, and look forward to a lot of you being on board. Got hundreds that have already come on board, and some of the most amazing people. Can't wait for everyone to meet each other too. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks.